Welcome, everybody, into our world. This is Behind the Curtain Sports TV Show. I am your host, AD, with the fellas.
What's good? It's your boy Wu Kid 36. Don't forget 36, you get missed.
What's ahead? And I'm Drew Skrilla for Rilla. Let's get this money, fellas.
Yes, sir. All right. So let's jump directly into the question of the day. What should the NBA do about all these players in so many games?
Stop paying them. I believe you should have to pay. You should have to play to get paid. I'm not saying take all your whole check, but it's not going to be guaranteed money. You have to play a specific amount of games. You get docked. If you ain't playing, you know what I'm saying? I'm paying you to be here to play and put product on the floor. That's helping our ticket sales, which, help you get paid. And if we don't have none of that, then you shouldn't get paid as much. You know what I'm saying? At least a big chunk. And that'll get these players back out to play. But if you got like a real serious injury like Achilles, we understand that. But if this little nagging, little injury stuff that they're not playing for are back-to-backs where you can play, but the organization or whatever don't want you to play, they need to be playing because fans are coming to see you. And we know you on a back-to-back and I already done got these tickets and you hitting me on the back-to-back and I can't see you, I'm going to be highly upset.
Yeah, man, I agree with you.
Be fined or something.
Said fine.
Fine or something, some kind of way they lose some kind of money.
Right, it got to be something, to give them to just get out there and play. Because, everybody, that's what pretty much most of them is playing for. They're like, I'm just here to collect the check sometimes, most of them. But you can tell the ones that's really good, but you can tell the ones that's working, you can tell the ones just out there getting cardio on. Trying to think of something else they could do. But what are they doing?
Took like the awards away from them. If you don't play a certain amount of games, you can't be eligible for awards. So they took that away from them. All-Star to me don't really even matter no more. So I wouldn't even care if you're an All-Star or not. Because they like we watch them and shit. Or it's a great exhibition of All-Star players out there. I don't even know what else you can do.
Okay. I'm glad that you said that because what I think should start happening, they should start finding the teams. Once these teams start losing that money, everything is going to change because we got all that. I can remember.
It makes sense.
In the last 20 plus years, there's been this many injuries this early in the season. Like we ain't even a whole month into the season and you have this many injuries. Like
10 games in.
Yeah, like I get it. Certain teams or certain players, I get it. But for this many people not to be playing, dude, this is ridiculous. Like, and then you telling me that you're not playing back to backs. Okay, from the NBA, all right, I got you. Don't worry about it. You ain't got to play. I'm gonna find your team. Because to me, if the team gets fined, then they're gonna come down harder on the players to play. Excuse me. And certain injuries, I do agree. There's certain injuries you can't get past. But then other injuries, these guys could play through, but they just don't want to play through them. And so I was listening to the radio, I think it was yesterday, and Michael Thompson, matter of fact.
You listened to what?
I was listening to Michael Thompson on the radio.
What's that? The radio. What's that?
You're right. You're right. You're right. It's the obsolete thing in today's. So I get it. I definitely get it. And so he was just basically saying that like today's players, they getting all of the benefits without having to actually do a lot of the work. And so when you think about it, he said back when he was playing, we would play through injuries because that's how much we love the game. Now, if you were hurt, like when you really couldn't play, then you didn't play. But if you had like a sprained ankle or like knee soreness or something like that. Not saying that you should have been doing it, but he said they were to play through those injuries. But nowadays, it doesn't matter what the injury is. These jokers is that they're not going to play through it. And I feel like if they started finding NBA started finding the teams, I know they'll never do it, but if they started doing something there, I would have to do something drastic to cut down on all of these teams. I mean, all these players missing these games, because that's another reason why the viewership is down, because the star players, quote unquote, aren't playing. So if they aren't playing, what's my incentive to watch the game? I don't want to watch like right now the Pelicans are playing. They got Brandon Ingram. That's it. And it's like a bunch of G League players. Like who wants to, I don't watch the Pelicans to see just Brandon Ingram. I want to see their entire team. But if
especially knowing that you got Zion, you know what I'm saying? We all want to see Zion. He's a highlight show. When we know you got that out there capability and he's not out there, and we sitting here watching just Brandon, not saying he's not a good player or nothing, but we just got that to watch. I'm like, yo, I don't want to see it either. I agree.
No, because think about it logically. If you want to see the best players play the game and the best players aren't out there playing, what's your incentive for wanting to even watch the games? Like none. I don't want to see it. Like I get it, but I should know at least 5 players on your team at minimum. And I'm just a casual fan. And if I can't name 5 players on your team, there's something seriously wrong.
And you know what's so crazy too about this? It's 90% USA players.
Right.
I mean, everybody talk about, oh, Joker looks out of shape, Luka looks out of shape, but they're always on the floor. You know what I'm saying? All these Sengun, he was hurt last year, but normally he's always out on the floor. Valanciunas is always out on the floor. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander always out on the floor. All these players from other countries always out here playing. The only one really is not is Joel Embiid, but you know about him. Other than that, it's all USA players, which is crazy.
I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it. Like, I feel like these guys are way too valuable and important to their teams not to be playing. And not saying that their injuries aren't bad, but the fans want to see these guys play the game, you know, and if like, I'm sure somebody's probably sitting out the game because they have a hangnail or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like those injuries that like do it, but no, I'm just gonna go ahead and sit out the game. Like, but it's like I'm not trying to come and see average players play. I'm paying money to see the good to great players play the game of basketball. I don't know. It would be nice for them to do something. That's all.
Yeah. What do y'all think about players that played during the summer? Because I had on the Hawks, what's his name? Bojan Bogdanovic. He played his heart out for Serbia. Or whoever he played. Yeah, Serbia. He played like 2 games and now he just hurt.
Me personally, I think they should play. You know what I'm saying? As we see, injuries going to happen regardless, but it just goes back to really taking care of yourself too. Look at not Joker, but Embiid. Should he been playing in the Olympics? I mean, you know your body. Like, why? He was going to go there to play. Should he been going there to play? We knew he shouldn't have been going there to play. He was hurt at the end of the season. So why are you going to go try to go play in the Olympics now?
Ready now.
Get your body healthy.
Yeah.
Or the season. And then the Olympics, you know, it's only every 4 years. But I don't see no problem with it. I don't see no problem with it.
Okay, so right. I don't see a problem. I'm looking at it like if the Joker is already hurt, he's already laboring. I think his best interest not to be playing during the Olympics. Now I get it's every 4 years and you play. I get all of that, but my issue is that if you know you're not hurt, the season is way more important than the Olympics. Only because that's where your bread and butter is coming from. It's not coming from the Olympics. Yeah, you're gonna get notoriety, you're gonna get fame, but I think you should be resting up, getting your body together, getting prepared for the following season. Because if you, like you said, get hurt during that time, now you're gonna have to sit out the regular season. And once you sit out for a certain amount of time, you got to develop that chemistry and get back into the team. And I think that's a little bit more difficult than if you were already there and got hurt. Because then at least you played with the team, you kind of have an idea how the team plays with you, and then you miss however many games, and then you come back and able to play.
Right.
I would do. I wouldn't. Now, if you're not in fear of getting hurt or you don't get hurt a lot, then I'm like, hey, go at it. But if you're a player that typically gets hurt a lot, I wouldn't recommend playing. Like Joel Embiid, I would have told him don't play. They needed him. They definitely needed him. But I would have been like, no, don't play.
Mm-hmm.
Don't.
Me as an organization,
I was going to play.
Yeah. So me as an organization, I did like they did Kawhi. Nah, you gotta come on back, man. You ain't playing.
Yeah, because that's your. I don't mean to say it like that, but that's your investment. Like that is your investment.
Yes.
He's literally a valuable piece to the. Think about how much money that Philly lost all up until last night because of the games that he missed. Then on top of it, he's not gonna play the following night. So that's gonna be even more money. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money that's been because of these guys not playing. And yeah, the money is good and looks great, and they're gonna be making all of this crazy cash. But if the viewership keep going down, then it's gonna be like, hey, something gonna have to get cut somewhere.
Right.
It's gonna probably be the first thing to go. But I don't know. They'll figure it out. I just hope it's rather sooner rather than later. Because if it's later, then it's gonna be a world of trouble. But a good 20 players, maybe more, that are not playing right now, and it's the beginning of the season. Like I'm lost with that. Like, how does that even happen in the beginning of the freaking season? The season just started. We ain't even hit 20 games yet, and you got this many injuries. So you telling me it's gonna be able to go through a whole season, and you're not gonna get more injuries?
Right.
I agree with you.
You think teams be out there putting out folks that still be hurt and be misdiagnosing? I feel like the Hawks did that. They did it DeAndre Hunter.
I believe so too.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do think they misdiagnose players. That's
you
why
wonder why they keeping this guy, and then they just be paid him because they be like, man, we fucked your knees up, man. So we gotta pay.
Because look at it like this, right? If he's probably more valuable not playing than playing. That's probably why they keep misdiagnosing him. That's why I feel like you should always have a regular doctor and an independent doctor. Meaning you have the team doctor and then you have another doctor that you go to. So in case you're saying you go to your other doctor, your normal doctor. Because like you just said, they can misdiagnose them or they are misdiagnosing them on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised that teams do that just to keep them from playing because they're a valuable asset and they know if they get hurt again, then they're going to be sitting out even longer and they still got to pay them. So it's best that you like, hey, we're going to just chill. We're just going to hold you off because we can't afford you to get hurt. Even though he's like kind of hurt now, but they can't afford for him to be missing the whole season. So I can easily see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. What's up?
Now, if I hate I'm even saying this, but if the 76ers can get Tyrese Maxey, Joel Embiid, and Paul George on the same page, would they be considered real contenders in conference?
Let's see how they play a little bit together, don't they? Just off GP, just off the name.
You would assume that that's enough talent right there to get them to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Right. Yeah.
You said no?
I think so. I'm looking at their team now. They're not bad without all of them. They're still a decent team. They hang around in games. With Maxey was there. all the games are pretty much close. They weren't really winning, but they were close games. Not like they were getting blown out. Then when PG came back, they looked even better. And then you got to look at the East too. How many teams are really good in the East? Nobody are really pose a threat to them besides Cleveland and Boston. Other than that, I think they could walk through all these teams if they're healthy.
Right.
Because the other team we thought was going to be dominant was New York, and we know New York, if a healthy Embiid and PG and Maxey, New York has no answers for them to me. Especially how bad Karl-Anthony Towns been playing defense. So, yeah, I think they can be something in East healthy, but they might be, grinding from the bottom all the way up. They might be in the play-in and work all the way in just because they're so far in the hole already.
But even if they do make the play-in, right? Let's just say that you're gonna need Embiid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Them healthy, they need Embiid and PG just to make the play-in at this point.
But what I'm saying is, when have they been healthy?
Oh,
during that time at this, you see what I'm saying? Like I get
yeah.
I get what's supposed to be,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if they can be healthy around that time.
Yeah,
Now,
I agree.
So that would be my issue. That's the only reason why. And I think the more games that they're losing now, the harder it is going to be for them to come out of that hole.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I think they're 6 games back now, I want to say.
Nah, they more than that.
No, they 2-8. Yeah, so they 6 games back. I'm just saying to get back to 500.
Oh.
I'm just to get to 500. So they 6 games back just to get to 500. So they were at some point they got to go on a 6-game winning streak just to get back to 500. And that's going to be tough. Because like right now, they down by 4 to Cleveland. Now, if they lose this game, there's another game that they down. So that's what I'm saying. It's going to be
I already know. I agree.
Now, when the talent comes together, they could be one of the best teams in the East. But it has to all come together. You just don't know when that's going to happen.
Yeah, right now they right where they're supposed to be, at the bottom.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate because that wasn't the vision when they were supposed to be assembled.
Mm-hmm.
But
it's championship or bust with that team.
That's what I thought.
I think we have been trusted into the process too long. I think the process is over with.
Mm-hmm. I said that a while ago. Because I want to get in shape.
If they don't do anything this year, man, they might as well give it up and just start.
What's his contract?
Huh?
Joel Embiid's contract. How long is he in the contract for?
Hold on. I won't be surprised. He just got it.
Right. Something like that.
Yeah, he got a 4-year deal. And it runs through 26-27. 2 more years on his contract. After this, yeah, he got 2 years. He's gonna be in the in-between zone of the contract.
If I'm the 76ers, if we don't do anything this year, I gotta let him walk. I gotta let him go. And I just gotta push forward with Paul George and Maxey. Because you
get for him.
Huh?
Yeah, see what you get for him.
Yeah, because you've had this dude for 10 years and you've never even made it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So at some point, you gotta let him go. That's just my personal.
And he's 32, not getting no younger, not getting no healthier.
That's for sure.
So, okay. So, how old was he when he came into the league? He was, 20, right?
Yeah.
So he's been 12 years.
Came in let me see.
Something like that.
Yo, don't tell me that.
He came in 10 years. He came in 2014.
So he been in the league for 10 years. And the furthest they ever got was the second round of the playoffs.
Yep.
Wow.
And he's this right now. You supposed to be in your prime.
I think
Which you are, but you can't stay on the floor. So
he's been in the league for 10 years. And they don't have anything to show for it. Like, not even.
nada from him. They got the process from him.
Yeah. We still, I don't think we can trust it anymore. I think we got to start with something that ain't working no more, man. And it's sad because they literally waited for this dude to get it together. And
Yep.
it still ain't got together. Think about the amount of coaches that this dude done had in that 10-year span. All to try to make the 76ers good.
Mm-hmm. Look how many good players they brung in there for him too.
Yeah.
To stay healthy.
Nope. So sad. All right, so what y'all think about Clay's return to Golden State last night? Good, bad, loved it, hated it?
It was good.
Yeah, it was good.
I like the atmosphere. I like the game. You know, everybody played well. It was like a playoff atmosphere. I like, the in-season tournament, so that helped too, boost it. But I liked it all over. How they cheered him, gave him his flowers and stuff like that. Everything about it was good, classy.
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, man, it was just Clay hit some shots. Steph did his thing. It was his house. And all that. Shit, it was cool. It was cool. Yeah. It was good.
I'm respectful because I'm glad that they did that because he did a lot for their organization, helping them win 4 titles. And when you think about it, I'm not comparing the two. I'm not. But what I'm just saying is when you think about it, you got to kind of put him in that upper class of teams. Of players, because he was able to win 4 rings. And not a lot of players have 4 rings. Like, I'm sure
I agree with you on that for sure.
Yeah, and I'm sure that list is real short. So I think that was only the right thing to do because because I don't know if he'll ever win another one. But if he does, that'll be great. But to say that you got 4 rings, like not many people can say that in this modern era of basketball.
And to be a major piece of it too. He wasn't like, just no role player. He was out there cooking.
Yeah. So that's what in my opinion, he deserved everything that he got and more. They should have presented him with a boat. That's the least they could have did. Like,
yeah,
like to be on boats and stuff all the time. So, it's kind of, in my opinion, it's kind of bittersweet because you kind of want him to win, but like Drew said, Steph house, like that's
right.
Steph gonna do what Steph does, and he did it last night again, same like he did in the Olympics. And okay, so quick question about Steph and his era of basketball. Would you think that would you say he's the best point guard ever?
I'll say right now, yeah. Will he be the best point guard ever? Said and done? No.
Right now,
for me is
ever to ever pick up a basketball, the best point guard ever.
I'm leaning towards yes, but I just be listening to certain criticism they be having of him, like he don't necessarily play like a regular point guard. And what else was it? I guess
so. When people say that, though, how come when someone else like the Joker, he's revolutionized the center position, right?
Mhm.
That's all they say. Look how he revolutionized. He does this. They don't never say that about Steph. They don't say he revolutionized the point guard position. They say he doesn't play like a point guard. So what is that telling you? That he revolutionized the position because he's a point guard playing the position, but he changed it. He made it for himself the way he's capable for him to win. To me, just like they say John Stockton. All he did was do the pick and roll. Who's running the pick and roll like John Stockton?
Nobody.
He revolutionized the pick and roll. That was John Stockton and Karl Malone shit. You know what I'm saying? No other point guard was doing that, but they don't say, oh, he's not a good point guard because he wasn't running the pick and roll, averaging 12 assists and most assists in the league, John Stockton. But no one ever says he's the greatest because point guard's supposed to be all about assists, right?
Right.
I think that if he's not one, he's two. And for the mere fact of what you just said, he changed the game and the way that it's played as a point guard. Not saying that you didn't have scoring point guards before, because you did have you had Russell Westbrook, you had Chris Paul. So you had players that could score and that were traditional point guards per se. But the way he came in the door, shouts out to Mark Jackson for letting him be that point guard and play that way. Because most coaches wouldn't allow for him to play that way. But he let him play that way, which was great for him because it showed how good and great of a shooter he can become. All because Mark said, hey, you play your game, we'll worry about the consequences later. And if it wasn't for that, I don't think these cats that are shooting three-pointers the way they're shooting them now wouldn't be happening right now.
Nope. I agree.
I agree with that, yeah. We just look at it that way, yeah. Yeah, I see it.
Yeah,
so now, like every point guard now, you have to be able to shoot. You have to be able to shoot.
You better, because if not, what do I need you on the court for if you can't shoot?
Because before it was like, oh, you had to have court vision. You had to be able to do this. Now, if you can't shoot, I ain't worried about your court vision. I want you to be able to knock down a bucket. If you can't do that, then I don't really need you because, we see the point guards who ain't really scoring. You don't hear about them.
You don't know who they is.
Right.
Which is sad. But, I mean, to me, that's all about the changing of the game, too. And because it's evolving, whether you want to say it's good or you want to say it's bad, it's evolving. And so now it's like your whole team has to be able to shoot three-pointers, which I still don't get it, but I understand it. Because to me, I would always venture 2 over 3 because your percentages are higher closer in than further out. And not everybody can play like Steph and shoot like Steph. But the way that the NBA is going and the college is going now, that's the norm. And because it's the norm, everybody feels like they can do it. And coach, just think about it like this. 20 years ago, if Steph came into the league, 30 years ago, and he started to shoot like that, or tried to shoot like that, what you think would have happened?
It would have been.
It wouldn't have been no thought to it. Yo, what are you doing? Yo, go sit on the bench. That's not what we're doing out here. But because they gave him the green light to do that, because mind you, Ray Allen, Rashard Lewis, who else was it? Who else was it? It was somebody else that was just killing the three-point line. Reggie Miller, but it wasn't like Rashard Lewis and Ray Allen was at that time. It was enough.
Peja Stojakovic. Goddamn, Hedo Turkoglu. They had a squad. Orlando, they were shooting a lot of threes. Steve Nash and them, they were shooting a lot of threes.
Yeah, but it wasn't to what it is now. But my point is, they were all getting to that. They were all shooting a lot of threes. It just wasn't to the point it is now. Like you were probably 30 threes in the game. Now you get no less than 40 to 50 in the game. And you're just like, yo, there's a lot of attempts for a shot. It's 50 times from the three-point line. But
LaMelo's averaging 13 threes a game attempts.
That's just one player. Like that used to be a whole team.
Yeah.
That's just one player that's shooting that many. So kudos to Steph for changing the game. And whether we like it or not, that's part of the NBA today. So. And do y'all think that Golden State can continue to win like this? Oh, let me rephrase it. Or do I heard this on the radio. I forgot. I can't say that. But they were saying, should the Warriors make a trade for Jimmy Butler?
They want to win the championship or be close to winning, they better. They ain't gonna win no championship with this team. I mean, I don't see them winning no championship. I mean,
Right.
that's what everybody plays for, especially at this age of your career, Steph and Draymond. I mean, to me, it's championship bust. I know they ain't really out here to play. And I don't think they have a championship contending team. Can they maintain the winning ways?
So you would make the trade?
Yeah, I would.
Right.
Even though they're doing good and winning, but I mean, none of those players are Jimmy Butler to me. And I think you're going to need someone like him in the playoffs if you make it there.
You don't think they should make a move, Drew?
Yeah, I think they should. I just been trying to think about can they make the move that it make something viable to make a team out this year? Or would it take maybe a couple years after they make the trade? Because if not, they might as well just stay packed though.
My assumption is if they're making a move, they're making it for this year to make their team better for this coming for right now. I think essentially what they're trying to do is appease Steph Curry because they don't want him to be like, I want to trade. But if they feel like, as long as they're winning now, it's not a problem. But when they turn into losing, then it's going to be a problem because now it's like you wasting my time and you wasting my year with this foolishness. I need to be in a win now type of situation. And if you guys can't do it, trade me or bring somebody else in here that can help with this.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think it's if they do make a trade, it's for this year. And the sad part is, like, they tried to make trades with teams, but the team's like, nah. Like, Lauri Markkanen would have been a great pick.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Could have gotten him, but Utah was like, nah, we good. We're not giving him up. So
it's crazy. We're saving them to like injuries. A lot of teams are injured, so take advantage while you can. Beat these teams down while they down and hurt. Save you later.
Which is crazy. But so how do you feel about the Mavs? You feel like Klay is helping the Mavs?
Yeah, he feeling the role.
Right.
He's feeling a pretty good role, doing good. He's knocking down his shots and doing Klay things.
Yeah. I like the fit there. He's doing playing good on defense. He's doing much more than just shooting too. He's playing, good assist role. He's doing a little bit of everything out there on the floor. I like his role out there.
Okay.
I think they just need to be healthy too.
See?
They just got Lively back then. PJ Washington out. It's like,
yo, this is annoying, man. Like, golly. Like, can anybody stay healthy long enough to like try to do something?
Right.
What essentially is going to happen is the teams that are healthiest are going to get off to the better starts, and then everybody else is going to be trying to play catch up to them once they get. But it might be, in Philly's case, it might be too late. You could rattle off games here and there, but for you to consistently like rattle off games, that's going to be tough. Right now, Philly is getting smoked, 114-106 with 34 seconds left. So that's done.
So Orlando won.
That's what
OKC winning. The Bulls and Knicks are tied now, basically 108-107.
So this is crazy. So who do you think has been a surprise thus far in the East and or in the West that you was like you didn't see coming? Like you didn't see this. Oh wow, this is a shocker. This team,
Bucks.
okay.
I didn't think they were going to be this bad, man.
First of all, I don't even know why you even saying that because you already knew you gave this man a whole season. What did you think he was going to do?
But off of talent alone, I thought you could at least have 4 games under your belt. At least 4. You're 3-8 at this point. Yeah, they're terrible. I didn't think they were this bad. And like Philly's understandable because they don't have all their players. Milwaukee is not because you got all your players, you had them. So them to me, shocker. To be that bad.
They didn't shock me. I told you they was going to deteriorate because they was old. I don't know about when they fired that coach. I was like, something ain't right over there.
No, usually, yeah.
But I'm most surprised about I'm gonna say Cleveland. I'm not gonna say I didn't think they wasn't good. I'm gonna say I just didn't know if they had it together like that and how strong they was gonna come back because they looked kind of weak when they first they got swept in the first playoff. But they made it to the second round.
No.
They
lost in the first round, didn't they?
I thought they lost in the second round to Boston. Because remember Donovan Mitchell?
No. Indiana, wasn't it?
No, they beat Indiana too. Remember Donovan Mitchell had got hurt in the first round. Was it the first round?
Oh yeah.
I know. I remember him getting hurt. I'm just not sure if it was the first.
I know he got hurt. Yeah.
Because he didn't play against Boston. That I remember.
Just playing Orlando, man.
No, I want to say it was Boston they played. Because Boston beat the Pacers. I think it was Cleveland. And it wasn't the Knicks. Who was the other team?
The Heat?
Yeah, it might have been the Heat. Because they were all hurt. Every single round, somebody was hurt.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that's how they made it. Well, I ain't going to say that's how they made it, but they helped the playoffs.
They need a little look.
I mean, it's that just like when Golden State won their first ring, everybody was hurt. Like that run. So I mean, it happens. So the team I'm shocked with is the daggone Brooklyn Nets. I figured they was gonna mail it in for the entire season. These jokers really trying to win games. I'm like, yo, did y'all get the memo? Y'all not supposed to be winning. Y'all supposed to be tanking. Like, what are we doing here? But they
right. I give it to you.
Yeah.
They shocked me too.
Yeah.
And all their games are close, and they playing. They ain't like you saying, they ain't tanking at all.
Yeah, so that's my shocking team is them because I definitely didn't expect this from them. But other than that, like Doc Rivers, I expected him to do what Doc Rivers does. No shade to Doc. None at all.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah. And that was it. And then the Pelicans, but that's only because, again, injuries. If they had, I would prefer to see them healthier and see what they really look like in the game.
Yeah.
But it's hard if you playing with a YMCA team and Brandon Ingram. How you these games by himself, like him and Murphy. Like that's impossible, man. You got
Murphy back now.
Yeah, he was playing early.
It's terrible.
You say he's terrible?
No, I'm just saying that's terrible. Their roster.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know. It's just, in my opinion, that's difficult for them to win games when you don't have your full complement of players. It's impossible. And so I don't know. We'll see. So that was the next question. Was do you feel like Philly, that Cleveland could be a top seed in the East in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, they ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, they'll be all right. They got a tough schedule coming
up. From what I remember, I don't think it's that difficult. I think it's like maybe 3 or 4 games here and there that might be real tough, but for the most part, like I don't think it's gonna be anything too difficult.
Yeah, they're good at every position. So I don't see them having too many issues. Of course they're gonna lose the game,
Right.
Coming up, but I don't see them going on no losing streak.
No.
I don't see them losing back-to-backs or 2 in a row, anything like that.
Yeah.
One and a bounce back, win a couple more, lose one, and win a couple more. I don't see them losing more than 2 in a row. Not even 2 in a row.
No, the way that they're playing right now, they're playing extremely well. I can't take nothing from them. And if they can continue it, I think they're going to be the favorite going into the playoffs. Even though I know it's still early, it's a lot of games still left to be played. But when you think about it, if they're 12-0, so they got 70 games left to go. So unless a significant injury hits them, I feel like they're gonna be good. So yeah, they definitely gonna be in one of the top seeds in the East.
Yeah, and shit, about 12 more games. You done played every team, and you see how you stack up now. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see.
Yeah, that's why I feel like if they can keep it up for the most part, it's gonna be them, Boston.
That's it.
You're not even gonna throw New York in there? Because I can't put Philly in there because I don't think Philly's gonna come that close.
I just don't see. I think it's gonna be just how it is: Cleveland, Boston, and probably Orlando.
Okay. And who's the fourth?
Pablo get back. It'd be, I guess, the Knicks.
Okay.
Or Indiana. I put Indiana over the Knicks.
I would too, but it's something wrong with Halliburton. I don't know what it is. He not playing like he was playing.
Right, they got something going on.
Yeah.
Say he ain't playing right, or he ain't looking right.
To me, he's not playing right. Last year he played a lot better than what he's playing right now. But it could change at any point in time. I just think he was playing better last year.
Broke ass jumper. That's what it is.
You said it's a jumper?
Yeah, he ain't hitting. He ain't shooting like he was.
I'm sure that's probably the reason why they're struggling too. But you got other players on the team that should be picking up the slack too. Like it shouldn't just be all on.
Yeah, Pascal tonight had 25. Mathurin had 23. Halliburton had 9, 1, and 11. Shot 3 for 14 from the field.
See, that's the problem. Like, he can't be shooting that bad. Like, not night in and night out. Like,
and lost by 4 points.
Just okay, and he shot 3 for 11 or 3 for 14.
3 for 14, yeah.
A couple more of those shots he hits down, it's a potential like they winning that or whatever. But
40% you winning, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. This is a good question I had as I was watching. Is LaMelo Ball in the top 10 right now? Is he a top 10 player in the NBA right now?
Yes.
Yeah, I give it to him.
I mean, he's doing everything.
Hold on, before you finish, give me your 9 players, and then LaMelo. It don't have to be in order. It's just I just want to know the 9 players.
They got to put Steph up there, Joker, KD, AD. Kind of gets hard after that. I mean, who else is really? I would have put Pablo up there if he wasn't hurt. I'll put Anthony Edwards. I guess Giannis, but they ain't winning. Jason Tatum. And I forgot about SGA and Luka. So I wouldn't put who did I say?
You said SGA and Luka was the last 2 you gave me.
Yeah, I would take Giannis off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Definitely keep Tatum, Luka, SGA, Joker, Steph, AD, KD, LaMelo, and I don't know, one more.
I will put LaMelo at 11. I think he's scratching on the door. He clawing to get in that door though, but I say he's right there. I think he is like right there to get into that door. He's trying to get in there. And if one of these guys so happen to have a bad season, now the thing is Giannis not gonna have a bad season because he's gonna have to carry the team because we don't know how long Dame's gonna be out and for how in reference to how many games he's gonna miss as well. So Giannis, unless he gets hurt, he's gonna have to carry the Bucks. That's the only reason why I don't see him falling out because of that. Now, if one of these other jokers sustain an injury, I can easily see them falling out. But LaMelo is, in my opinion, he's right there at 11. But you still didn't even put LeBron in there either.
You gonna make him put LeBron in there?
No, I'm saying he didn't put LeBron in there. I'm not saying he has to. I'm just saying he did. Like, I ain't put no gun to his head telling him he got to put LeBron in there.
Just like GPS, I was trying to ask him. He don't play defense. That's what I'm saying. Who play defense? Y'all want to talk about defense and shit. This nigga ain't playing defense. He just playing on the offensive end and getting turnovers too. So
you can't do both. You can't get turnovers and not play defense. That's ridiculous.
Hey, if you're putting up numbers on the offensive end, it don't matter. You don't hear no one talk about this motherfucker averaging 5 turnovers.
You don't, but you gotta like you gotta think about it too. Like you can't because those turnovers could be costly depending on when they happen. That's why I said you gotta like be careful with turnovers. But other than that, yeah, I do agree. So I read this article today on hoopsite.com. Shout out to them. And they were saying, I'm asking the question, is it fair that Bronny James only plays home games? Like, meaning he's only playing home games in the G League. So he's not traveling with them on the road.
What in the world is that?
Because he's staying at home to play with the Lakers. When they're at home games, he's not going to travel with the Lakers. So when the G League is at home playing, he's playing with the G League too. He's not traveling with either team. He's just staying at home.
He on the father-son system, man.
Yo, this is the dumbest thing I've heard in my life, man. What do you mean he can't travel with the team? That doesn't make okay. So that is wild. That is wild. Like at that point, so what's gonna happen? Just my opinion. What I think is gonna happen? They're gonna jump him in the locker room.
Oh man!
Think about it. The dude already a second round pick. He played with the Lakers, right? He got a couple games in. Now this dude don't even have to travel with the team, so he not really one of us. You know what I'm saying? Like I would be like, "Yo, Dad, don't." Like I want to be one of the guys. You know what I'm saying? Now he's not,
nigga.
It's like
you can never be one of the guys. You will never be one of the guys, and he knows this. He may want to be one of the guys all he wants, but his dad is LeBron James. He said that my son could be playing in the league right now over these players, so they're looking at that. 2, he's selling our arenas. I mean, what else can you ask for?
What I can ask for is for him to play. Like, like it makes sense. Like if he's not ready, okay, so he's not ready to play in the NBA.
According to his dad, he is.
If he's not ready to play in the NBA, then it's only gonna make sense to me. All right, boom. I gotta get better. How can I get better? I have to play. And I have to play more. So the more he plays, the better he can become. If he's not playing a lot, because for example, if he's only there for the home games and when the team go on the road, he joins the Lakers, he's not going to be playing. So how's he going to get better if he's only playing? He's a part-time player.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Part-time player. Let me ask you this. So,
part-time.
Let me see. Joker. You think he has a high basketball IQ?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. And if he says like, this dude Russell Westbrook, he's just no good. He's just no good. You know what I'm saying? If he says that, are you going to believe him because of, his mind and stuff, what he sees?
No, because there are plenty of players that can see things that everybody else can't see, but they'll be wrong. I would want to judge it for myself. So I can't sit here and say that he's going to be, in my opinion, I can't say this player's going to be good or bad until I see him play. I can't just go off with this. For example, whenever you go to the basketball court, no matter where you are, you watch him, right? And it's always that one dude, no matter where you go, is the one dude that always be like, yo, he good. Like, you just know it.
Yeah.
Based off the way he plays, you're like, yo, he's good. And you always watch it, and you learn, you watch with your eyes and you see it, and you like, yo, that one dude, yo, so-and-so is good. Like that dude
and
right, like you just
when he was 5, his dad said he saw that in him.
I get what you're saying, but my issue with that is nobody else saw it. Like nobody. So nobody saw this happening, then he wouldn't have been drafted. Like he literally would not have.
People's champ has spoke.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I understand. But what I'm saying is, how is it that this dude, like I wouldn't have, there's no way I could have accepted that. Like as a ball player, I'm not accepting that. Like, because think about it like this: at some point, you got to shy away from your dad. Like you have to. At some point, whenever that time is, wherever that time is, you got to get away from him. And so, to me, by them curtailing the rules, every time they curtail something or do something for him, he's gonna feel like he's entitled. That'll be natural.
I agree. I would have never wanted to be drafted to be on the same team with my dad. You know what I'm saying? Granted, I would like to play against him or be on the same court as him, which would have been the same thing. You know what I'm saying? We don't have to be on the same team. Let me go and get my own journey and do whatever. Don't tell them to draft me. Me personally, that's how I'd have been. Just because of the stature of him. Now, if he was like a role player or some shit like that, cool. I ain't really tripping. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm probably end up being better than you anyway. You know what I'm saying? Some shit like that. But I can never surpass you. I can never do anything that's going to help me edge out a thing in my career that's going to make me look better. Like okay, Scottie Pippen Jr.'s son. You know what I'm saying? His dad is, 6 wings. Everybody knows who Scottie Pippen is. But he's not out there trying to be his dad or trying to look at his dad's shadow. He's out there playing his own role, his own game. That's what I'm trying to say.
He carved his own niche to get to the
that.
Not necessarily of who his dad was, but because he drove and he became his own player in a sense. And he had to go through that struggle to get to the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
Take that more so than you got. Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me. And I think that what they're doing, in my opinion, I think they're doing a disservice to him by not allowing him to get the whole G League experience. So then that way, because typically when you go to the G League, you become a better player. It's not often that you become a worse player or that you get kicked out of the league. Because once they see you start putting in that work, they're going to start making them phone calls and you're going to gradually get pulled back up. But if then how is he going, like, how can he ever get better? That's all I'm saying. And I was blown away by that because I've never heard that before in my life. Like, I didn't think you could do that. That's the wildest thing I ever heard.
I agree.
It's like, nah.
It's amazing Black history. I don't know.
Say, Drew?
It's an amazing time for Black history, man.
Man. That's the wildest thing I ever heard in my life is that. Like, nah, you can't play on the road. What? Like, it still don't even sound right. Like, you can't. Like,
He a home player.
You said
He a home player.
obviously, yeah. So then why even have him on the team then? Like, that's my whole point. Like, why is he even on the team then? If he's not even gonna play but on the home games, that's the only time he's playing. He's not playing on the road. He only playing at home. So I don't know how many games you play in the G League. Let's just say it's 50. So out of the 50 games, he's gonna play 25. And then the other 25 or so, he's gonna be playing with the Lakers. But he's only gonna be getting when there's blowouts. He's not gonna be playing like actual minutes. But he's gonna get better from that.
Right. Yeah, I feel sorry for him. I really do. I wish this never really happened for him. I wish I don't even know if he really likes basketball like that. He doesn't seem happy. He doesn't seem like he's really enjoying himself, like freely out there hooping. But I hope it gets better for him. I really do, because people gonna talk shit just because who his dad is and shit. And I don't wish that upon him, but it's hard out there for him, and everybody's gonna be gunning for him and stuff like that. But that's what turns out all right.
But that's my whole point. When you doing stuff like this, like it's not helping
him.
You know right. That's what I'm getting at. It's not helping him because you keep changing stuff for him.
Yeah.
It's like letting it all happen naturally. And the more you keep doing it, you keep changing everything, the harder it's gonna be for him, because now people are gonna keep side-eyeing him because he's not really earning his stripes in a sense. You know, earning his stripes to be in the NBA. Even though he's in the NBA and everybody knows why, but he's not earning his stripes to be really in the NBA. And I think that's wrong. But whatever. So
yeah.
But all right, man. Look, real quick, I forgot to print out the paper, so I don't have the picks for week 11, but I will give them to y'all tomorrow. So right now, Issues has a strong 60, Sean at 85, Drew at 86, and me at 85. I will make sure I get those out to you tomorrow so you guys can make your picks, and I can have them. Actually, yeah, because tomorrow is Thursday. I'll send that to you first thing in the morning so y'all can have the picks and make y'all picks. But fellas, we are complete. We are finished. Another show in the books.
All right, fellas. All right.
Y'all enjoy.
Go in that live?
Yes.